Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of, this is your June mid-monthly update reading, so way off. But Cancer, let's see what is coming in for you at this time here, Cancer. Cancer, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you. No joke, you could definitely have love coming in. It definitely could be a Pisces. This would be something extremely passionate and fiery. I just did Pisces reading. You showed up twice in the Pisces reading. So if you're looking for love, it could be a Pisces. It could also be an Aries or a Capricorn is also showing up here in this reading. So if you're looking for love, I love this. Really good reading for love in particular. But let's see what is coming up for you here, Cancer, for the rest of the month. You have the Lovers here, and so clearly there could be love coming in for you here. I feel like this is a very passionate connection here. There is a difference in this connection as well. So if you're looking for love, there's something changing here. I also feel like if you're in love, there's something changing. So what is changing? The thing that is changing here is standards. There's something about standards that's changing here. It's kind of interesting. You have the Emperor actually twice here. This deck has a male and a female version of the Emperor and also the Kings as well. I leave them in the deck because that's how the deck was created. And, if something comes up twice, it's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. But there's something about standards changing. To give you an example, or the best example that's popping into my head is the fact that it's like maybe you get into a relationship and normally the person you get into a relationship with, it's like there's a point where they get lazy. I feel like you're meeting someone who doesn't do that. Where it's like they get into the relationship and I feel like they keep working. They keep working on themselves. They keep working on whatever they're working on and all that other stuff. So that's a change that I'm noticing here in this reading. For others, if you're in a relationship, I'm getting the same exact thing. That you could be in a relationship currently, and I feel like you're noticing that this person is starting to work on themselves, which would be a great thing. I feel like this is good for you. I feel like this is good for them. So, again, not all of you are looking for love, so that's what I'd say here. I feel like if you don't want love, same thing. I feel like you're raising your standards, but for your own life. You're doing this so that for growth purposes. You also have the Ace of Wands twice. When this happens here, when you have a card here and then you get another one in my clarifiers up top here, to me it's like the universe is kind of zooming me in to the card and trying to clarify it much deeper. So, I definitely like where this is going. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff and a lot of success coming in for you. Again, you have the Emperor twice here, and you also have the Ace of Wands. So this is a very solid plan, is what I would say to you here. So there's like some sort of very solid new beginning coming in for you here, because the Emperor twice to me would be kind of like having a very solid plan, number one, but it would also be, this is like something very inspirational that you're working towards, or something that you have a very strong desire to do. I'm going to clarify this Emperor, and you have the Temperance card here. So I feel like you're going to have to be patient. It's kind of funny because in the Pisces reading that I did, you showed up twice, like I said, and I was saying something about like something that you're investing your energy into, Ace of Wands, some sort of new beginning. It's almost like it just has potential. And the Temperance card kind of says that, where it's kind of like, something new is coming in for you, something that you see as inspiring with this Ace of Wands here, and something that has a lot of growth potential, but it just potential. To me, the High Priestess is the card of potential. You don't have the High Priestess here yet, but, to me, there's something that only has potential coming in for you, and it is going to require work. But I feel like you're kind of like on the right path at this time with the energy that is going on here. I do want to get more details on this row, so let's see here. You have the Queen of Cups. Definitely could be a fellow water sign coming in for you here. That could be your energy. Look at this, Ace of Wands. You have 3 aces in this reading already. So there's a victory coming in for you here. And are you kidding me? In the Ace of Wands again. So clearly there is a very strong desire going on in this reading. I feel like for a lot of you, someone has very strong desires for you here. In a lot of ways, I'm kind of seeing this Ace of Swords as a warning. If you're attracting love into your life, I feel like there's a need to don't try to logic your way out of the relationship. It's like you could be meeting someone and you're like, there's no way this person's into me, right? Don't question it, is what this card is saying to me here. Same thing with, like, I feel like, now is the time where you can really make some progress, where you can be setting new standards for your life. And I feel like people misunderstand the word standards. What I mean by standards is, like, maybe there's a certain amount of money that you want to make every single month, and maybe you set the new standard. Kind of what I'm seeing here in this first row is I feel like the universe is like saying, make your list. Because it's like you're about to level up here with this reading. And I feel like if you make your list and you say, my new standard is that I make this much money. My new standard is that I attract this type of person. My new standard is that every single day I go to the gym, or whatever it is, doesn't matter, right? I feel like as long as you're setting those standards, you're going to be very successful. Love it. You have the Ace of Wands 3 times. So I feel very strong desires in this reading. It's like you really desire to have something here with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is my favorite card in the deck to me, because it's just like that chance that everybody needs. I mean, I always look at the Ace of Wands as a spark. It's like the roots going into the soil, starting something new. But to me, it's also an energy of just like that one chance sometimes that we just need. And I feel like you're getting that one chance here. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Devil, and the King of Swords here. I feel in a lot of ways that the Devil is talking about laziness for whatever reason. Again, it's kind of funny that in the beginning of the reading, I was saying something about, I was kind of getting that whole thing about someone who keeps going, someone who is always kind of working and improving and things like that as well. So I feel like that's kind of like what you're attracting here with that Devil energy. I feel like you're also attracting someone who's very direct, straightforward, someone who's very open and honest as well here with this energy with the King of Swords. I like the King of Swords personally. King of Swords is like one of my favorite kings in the deck, so I definitely like that. I feel like this person isn't afraid to disagree with you as well. I'm not talking about in a toxic way. I'm referring to the fact that maybe in the past you've been in relationships with people who always, kiss your butt, right? And I feel like you're finding someone who isn't afraid to kind of have a disagreement, and it's like they're not trying to prove something to you here with this energy. That Six of Pentacles to me is like planting seeds, and you have the Ace of Wands 3 times. So, to me, the Ace of Wands would be the sprouting of the seeds, again, the roots going into the soil. Let's see where this is going. You have the Knight of Swords here. I feel like you're making great progress on something here. You have the Four of Cups as well here, and the Knight of Wands. Very spontaneous energy here. I feel like you need to keep something going. The Knight of Swords, to me, it can be a card of great progress and really making a lot of progress in your life if it wants to focus here or not. Whatever. It's not going to focus. But, to me, it's a card of progress. But to me, it's kind of like a card where you can burn out real fast, right? And to me, it's a card that says you need to keep the momentum going on whatever it is that you're working on here with the Knight of Swords energy. For a lot of you, like I said, I do feel that there could be some sort of weirdness. Not weirdness. I just feel like there could be a difference in this person that you are clearly attracting into your life if you're attracting new love. And it could be one of those things where you're not seeing what's right in front of you here. I would just pay attention with this energy. It's like you could be seeing someone kind of in the wrong light is what I'm getting here, maybe due to a disagreement, but it actually could be a very good relationship for you. So, I would just, make sure to pay attention. It's like maybe I would be careful of first impressions is what I'm getting here. It's like maybe you go on a date with a person, maybe you're just like, I don't know. And I would give that person, like, I feel like this reading is saying that there might be a person who's coming in, and it would be a good idea to give them a second chance because, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we can't really judge a person based off the first impression sometimes we're just wrong, and that's okay. And it's like I just read something like a few months ago that basically said that love at first sight is BS. That nobody really falls in love at first sight. They did like a major study on this, and it's like basically they found out that it took like all these people who've been married for forever, it took them like a couple of dates to fall in love with the person. It took them a couple of dates to really warm up to the person. So that's what I'm getting here. And so I'd say if someone is good enough on the first date, give them another chance here. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. People always get pissed off at me, and they're always like, how dare you say that I have to do something? I'm like, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. Stay single for the rest of your life. Don't give people second chances, right? But that's fine. Go for it. But let me know how that's working out for you when you're, 80 and single still, right? Especially if you want to be in love. If you don't want to be in love, then congratulations, but there you go. But what I would say here is that I feel like this is saying that you need to, giving someone a second chance would be a good idea, plain and simple. For others, this to me is saying you're doing a great job with whatever you're working on here, especially with that Ace of Wands twice, 3 times. But the Knight of Wands with the King of Swords and then this Devil, 4 Cups, it's kind of like saying, don't be a one-trick pony, right? It's like saying there could be like multiple ways of doing things. And so if you're working on any projects or businesses, you might be finding something that's working in your business or in your project, but I feel like this is saying that there are other things you could also be doing. And if you rely on only one trick, then, that could be a problem. So that's kind of like what I'm getting there. Next, you have the Hangman. Here, the Hangman kind of, to me, could be a Pisces coming in for you. Definitely could be a Pisces coming in here. For others, I feel like you're gaining a new perspective or you need to gain a new perspective. Again, it's funny that I said don't be a one-trick pony because you have the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is like a really good card of business, but again, normally on the 8 of Pentacles, the person on the 8 of Pentacles is only creating more Pentacles. They're not doing anything else. So again, I kind of get that feeling here of needing to open up to other ways of doing things. 8 of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, so it's definitely more money coming in, but, again, it kind of says don't be a one-trick pony. You have the 8 of Pentacles, the Star, and the Hierophant here. I do feel for a lot of you, it's like you've been wishing for a very strong connection, like marriage, and this could be a connection coming in for you where it could lead to marriage. Not right away, but, in a certain amount of time. For others, I feel that there's, I feel like you're learning. So again, I would learn as much as you can, especially for those of you working on a project or a business. The Hierophant says there are like other ways of doing things. It says you need to kind of like graduate. You know what I was saying about kind of taking things to the next level or to keep the momentum going with the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords, sorry. With that Knight of Swords Cancer, I feel like it's saying like, keep learning, keep trying to do things in different ways. You have the Hierophant, again, there you go, on the 8 of Pentacles. So like I said, I feel like the most important message here in this reading really is to not be a one-trick pony. Now that I get to the end here, I feel like there are like multiple ways to do things. Not only that, I feel like if you have like a business or a project you're working on, it's like what you're doing might be working for now, but things can always change. I feel like as long as you're always like innovating, you're going to be very, very successful. Obviously, you have the Ace of Wands 3 times. And again, the Ace of Wands is a card of innovation as well. You have the 8 of Cups here. It's almost like you're leaving the pool, It's like, imagine if you were in a nice, warm, gentle, healing hot tub. That's the Star card here. And it's almost like you have to get out, right? And so I feel like you've done your healing in probably multiple areas of your life. And now you're kind of like walking away from the hot tub so that your fingers don't get all wrinkly, right? And I feel it's time for you to kind of maybe leave something behind. Here, maybe like you've been healing maybe from like a breakup or something like that. And I feel like it's time to kind of like get out into the world is what that's saying. Yeah, lovers, definitely look at lovers twice here in this reading. There definitely could be a very solid like love connection coming in for you here. This looks amazing for love. If you're in love already, this could be the person you marry, plain and simple. So love it. Let's see. I want to see where this is going. You have the 8 of Swords here. Definitely time to set yourself free from something. We'll find out what. 2 of Cups, perfect match coming in for you for sure here, Cancer. And 6 of Swords. I know what you're doing. You are changing your story as far as love is concerned. So for those of you that are single, I feel like this is you changing your story or needing to change your story and needing to say, I don't have to, whatever the problems you've been dealing with were, the Star card, it's like you've healed from those problems. Maybe you dated a bunch of players in a row. Maybe you dated a bunch of people who just didn't work out in a row. That can be demoralizing. I totally understand that. But this to me is like saying you need to escape your story in that 8 of Swords. You need to create a new story. Same thing again. If you're working on a project or a business, same thing. Maybe you had a bunch of things fail in the past. This is saying you no longer have to live that story. Yeah, you have the King of Swords. You are at a new level of wisdom. You Hierophant twice. You have learned new skills. You have learned new ideas, new things. And I feel like people discount their knowledge, way too often. I feel like people don't realize that. It's like if you've gained a bunch of experiences, it's like now you know what to not to do. You're in a much better position. This is why I tell people who always say, like, I'm giving up on love. I'm going to be single till 80. This is why I always tell those people, don't give up. It's like you're throwing away years of experience. So, like, why would you do that? You're in a much better position to get into something significantly better. So, don't throw it away. You have the Ten of Wands. I mean, some of you definitely could be looking at love as a burden for sure. But you have the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit scary. Six of Swords, you're still in choppy waters with the Six of Swords. And it's like you're going in a new direction with the Six of Swords. But the Six of Swords, it's like you are being guided towards success. The Four of Pentacles to me is just saying, again, there are other ways. I think the other important message here is that there are other ways of doing things. Four of Pentacles can be holding on too tightly to the way that you currently do things in work, business, career, spirituality, health, your whole entire life. And the Four of Pentacles just says open up to other ways of doing things and you'll be very successful. It's actually a pretty good reading. I feel like there's significant amounts of growth coming in for you and extremely strong desires as well. For a lot of you, Ace Wands 3 times crazy. I've never had that happen like that, I don't think. Not that I can remember. And, what I would say there is that I feel like that you will be kind of developing very strong desires this month in multiple areas of your life. You could meet a person who you have very strong desire for. They will clearly have very strong desires for you as well. And I also feel like you could be developing desires for like a hobby or a passion. The Knight of Wands is kind of like the card of working on a passion or a hobby or something like that. Really nice reading. I like this. So, love it. Thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this month. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your month.